All right. Good evening, everyone. So, everyone who's here live and everyone who's here on the recording, welcome to the very last webinar in the year of you, our year of self care. So, my name is Allie Phillips, and I have been conducting this year-long experiment, not only to help all of you, but to really help myself. And so, this year, if you haven't gone back and listened to the other webinars, I'll talk about those in another minute, but this is the last of 12 webinars, and we're going to talk about self-care through faith and through soul care. So this is going to be a little different today. But the information that I'm going to share, because I'm going to talk about some essential oil products, is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And so if you've never been on one of my webinars before, I am a former prosecuting attorney. I have been an attorney for 25 years and have spent a lot of that time as a legal educator. I'm a public speaker. I teach internationally at conferences where I educate prosecutors and law enforcement and those who work with them in the areas of animal abuse and family violence. I'm also an award-winning book author. I've written some animal protection books. I have written, I don't even have it here with me. I've written the Oily Pet book. I'm an advocate. I testify in front of legislatures. I am the founder and the CEO of a nonprofit called Sheltering Animals and Families Together, where I help domestic violence shelters create on-site pet housing. I also have my healing business, Manifested Harmony. And that's where I teach people about energy healing, mindset, and essential oils for people and pets. And as a result of all of that, I'm a self-care seeker. So this year has been very important for me. And I hope it's been helpful for you. So I mentioned I've written a couple of books. I've written the Oily Pet. So this book, I have been so pleasantly surprised at how many books I've sold, because I'm just selling through my little website. I'm not on Amazon. I'm not on Life Science Publishers. And just, word of mouth, I think I've sold about 1,400 books in 11 months, which is huge. I can tell you, for writing previous books and going through traditional book authors and having a literary agent, that is huge. So anyway, thank you if you have purchased it. I'd love a testimonial from you. And if you haven't purchased it, you can get it at my website, Manifested Harmony. And so this has been the year of you. And if you have not had a chance to listen to some of the past webinars, you can go to my website. That link that you see, the manifestedharmony.com/essential oil/classes, is where you're going to find the links to all of these. Or you can just go to my YouTube page and find the playlist. But each month has been a different topic. And each month we have worked our way up the chakra system. Each month has had lifestyle recommendations, has had 4 essential oil products dealing with the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual body. And it's really been a lot of fun putting this together. It's been a lot of work. I'm not going to kid you. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of fun. It's taught me a lot. And it's taught me that I probably will not be doing second Wednesday of the month webinars anymore. I'm going to switch and do things slightly different. I don't know what that is yet, but stay tuned. I know I am going to be creating a membership group because I have a lot to share, and it just doesn't feel right to just kind of openly share it on Facebook anymore. So I'm going to be putting it out to everybody, and if you are part of my tribe, which I hope you are, I think you're going to like what I'm putting together. It's still in the works, so stay tuned. And so, like I said, this has really been the year of self-care. And in 2019, my number one goal, I'm actually looking at it right on my office wall, is daily self-care. Because I wanted to get to the end of the year and not be depleted. Because normally I get to the day after Cyber Monday, and I am gone. Like, I am depleted. I am on a couch for the rest of the month watching Hallmark movies. And that didn't happen this year, even though the month of November was pretty horrific for me. Had a lot of really crazy bad things happening, including one of my parents is gravely ill, and we're doing that care right now. So a lot of crazy things happen. And while I'm starting to feel somewhat depleted because of these unusual, unexpected incidents, I have spent the year engaging in daily self-care so that I have the stamina and I have basically the self-care energy bank account full. And it's really worked. So this month is all about self-care through faith and through soul care. And if you don't know what soul care, we are going to be talking about that. Because when you have everything but yourself, maybe you have the job that you want, you have the relationship that you want, you have the house that you want, you know, you've got great kids, you have pets, you have hobbies, but self-care isn't cutting it. That's when you notice that you have too many distractions to escape from reflecting, and then you start feeling disconnected. When we are, like right now, we are at the end of a decade. We are getting ready to flip over to the next decade. We happen to be right now, I can kind of see it through my window. A really powerful full moon is happening at about 12:12 a.m. Eastern time, like tonight. So there's a lot of evaluating going on. And so what I'm going to talk about is, in 2019, did you live a year of faith? And I'm going to talk about what that means. You know, did you connect at a soul level to what you are to do and what you are to be? So how do you want to start the next decade? When you're doing self-care, but you're still stressed out and you're still stress eating and you're still stress drinking and you're numbing yourself with distractions like social media where you scroll and scroll and scroll, that's when you need soul care, because self-care isn't cutting it. And everybody's talking about self-care. And at some point, you need more. That's what we're talking about tonight. So let's talk about faith, because I'm going to talk about faith as self-care and soul care as self-care. So faith, now I'm going to be using the word divine spirit a lot. Some people believe in God. Some people believe in higher power, their creator, you know, the great sun, whoever your creator and higher power is. I'm just going to call divine spirit to keep it neutral. So when I talk about faith, self-care is actually self-directed within yourself. So you're saying, I need a day off. I need to go hiking in the woods. I need to hang out with my crystals. I need to use my essential oils. Whereas faith as self-care actually draws from an outside power. It's not coming from within you, it's coming outside of you. And faith means turning your worries over to divine spirit, because worry actually brings an energy around you where you're going to end up having more to worry about. What you put out is what you get. And if you worry, you're going to get a lot more to worry about, because that's what you're focused on. That's the energy that you're sending, that, hey, I like to worry. And so the energy says, great, here's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm going to put in front of you to worry about. The stuff was there anyway, but now you're focused on worry, and you're going to focus on those things to worry about. So faith also means letting go of you pushing through something and pushing to solve a problem, instead of just turning it over and having faith that it's going to work out. I mean, faith means belief. It means belief that you are in the right place at the right time and things are working out the way they're supposed to work out. Even if it's not what you want, faith is recognizing that at the end of the day, we may not know the best way. And so it's trusting you are where you are at the right time and in the right place. Now, free will can change this, and trust me, I know all about this, where I can free will myself out of a divine intervention. But When you go with the flow of faith, things feel easier. So the analogy that I love to give is we are all little people sitting in little boats going down a big river. Sometimes the river is calm, sometimes the river is really super fast and choppy. Most people have their boat turned around and they're paddling upstream, furiously paddling upstream. And they'll say things like, oh, I miss the days gone by. Or, why can't I go back to that job or that relationship? They're trying to go backwards in life. And so they're paddling and paddling and paddling, and they get exhausted. And when you get exhausted, things happen. You can get sick. You can have tragedies happen in your life. But if you just drop the oars and stop pedaling against the flow, your boat will turn around and your boat will just go. You don't even have to paddle. It will just go. That's how I see faith. Faith also means to love others as you love yourself. So if you don't take care of yourself, your relationships will suffer. I see this all the time with people who are parents. They're like, my kids come first. And it's like, well, you're teaching your kids that. And when you put other people before yourself, your relationships will suffer. They really will. And the people that I know who put themselves first they are such better parents, better spouses, better coworkers, better business owners, better friends, because they take care of themselves and they don't allow themselves to get pushed to the brink to where they snap. We all experience traumas and challenges and loss, and how you respond to those is an indicator of your level of faith. The more faith you have, the better you will respond to those situations, the better that you will bounce back from those situations, the better you will grow from those situations and heal. The more faith you have, the more self-care you are giving to yourself. People who do not have faith do not have self-care. Faith is a tremendous form of self-care. Tremendous form, because when you and we all know people like this, when you look at people who react to even the smallest situation like it's catastrophic, they don't have faith. They're trying to push something to happen and it's not happening, and their whole world collapses. Another person who has faith and says, you know what, this is all going to work out the right way that it's supposed to work out for the best interest of me and everybody else. Those people that have that can be in the exact same situation and actually glide down the river in their boat rather than fight to get back up. The people who are fighting against the flow get exhausted and depleted. That's not self-care. You have faith, your boat turns around. And you'll start flowing to where you're supposed to go rather than fighting and fighting and fighting to go somewhere that maybe you're not supposed to go. So let's talk about soul care as self-care. So self-care is about the body, food, water, relaxing, essential oils, taking care of yourself. It's about the mind, meditation, personal development, working on your core beliefs. And it's about your soul, who you are, what's your purpose, what are you bringing to this world, what's the energy that you're bringing. Soul care, on the other hand, recenters you to a divine connection, and it decenters you from an ego connection. Because when we are operating from an ego connection, from our ego brain that, hey, I know best. I don't care what my purpose is. I don't care what I'm meant to do here. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go this way. This is what I want to do, even though all the signs are telling me go left. I'm going to go right. That is ego. That is ego connection. That is not self-care. Soul care recenters you into a divine connection. Soul care recognizes that taking care of the physical body is fine. Taking care of the mind, the spirit, so body, mind, spirit, that's all fine and good, but you must go deeper to complete what I call the circle of soul care. Because the body is finite. It lives and it dies, but the soul is infinite. And you are a soul living in a finite body. Soul care is about filling your heart. It's finding your greater purpose. It's giving yourself the space to connect to divine spirit and your higher self. It's important, and it's actually more important than self-care. So all year long, I've mentioned meditation and quiet time as a lifestyle practice. And believe me, I am not the best at that. I'm not. I know I need to do better with that quiet time, especially right now. And after this webinar, I'm going into my healing room. I have this amazing crystal grid that I set up, and I'm sitting in it to quiet my mind. Because when we are constantly on the go, we wake up to a buzzer, we get ready, maybe we're getting ready for work or we're getting the kids ready for school, and then we're out the door. And whether you work for somebody or you have your own business, go, go, go. You eat lunch, go, go, go. You come home, maybe you pick up the kids, or you're taking the kids somewhere, or you're picking up your dog at doggy daycare. You come home, you make dinner, you collapse. You sleep, and you wake up and you do it all over again. When did you have time for soul care? Maybe in between, well, Allie, I drank my water and I used my essential oils and I took my vitamins and I was able to journal for 5 minutes. That's self-care. But where's your soul care? Where is shutting down as best as you can the busyness around you? Because busyness is not a badge of honor. And I have been saying that all year. It is not a badge of honor. For me to say that is huge, because I am multi-careered. I have 2 careers going on at the same time. Trust me, I could be busy. Don't wear it as a badge of honor, because it's actually hurting you. And nobody likes to see that. Nobody likes to hang out with busy people. Nobody likes to even give business to busy people. So soul care is as important, if not more important, than self-care, because it is getting you recentered to a divine connection where you can actually heal and feel good and get information that is unique to you that nobody else can get. You're getting that information. So when self-care isn't working, it's time for soul care. And I know a lot of people who say, I don't have time for self-care. Well, then you don't have time for a life. What do you mean you don't have time for self-care? Then what's the point? Why, seriously, what is the point? What is the point of waking up every day if you're not here to live your best life, which means you got to take care of yourself so that you can live your best life? But when self-care is not working, you're one of those people who says, Allie, I'm doing it. And I'm still depleted and I'm still exhausted and I'm still not pursuing my dreams and I have all these goals and I don't have time to go for it. When the body is depleted, it's hard to be spiritually strong when you're physically weak. And caregivers may feel this. I'm starting to feel this. When the mind is stressed, when you're depressed, when you're anxious, when you're cynical, fearful, negative, empty, it's hard to have faith, because your mind is cluttered. And when your spirit is disconnected, you're lost in your why you're here. You're lost in your mission and you're going through the motions. And that's when soul care is needed. When you've done the self-care, and I've said repeatedly, self-care is not a mani-pedi. It's not. Manicures and pedicures have nothing to do with self-care. They don't. Because you want to know why? I'm going to show you why. This is what I see when I go get a pedicure. People doing this. Laying on their phone the whole time. Anytime you have technology, that is not self-care. So when you have done the other things, and the body is depleted and the mind is stressed and the spirit is disconnected, this is when you need soul care. Let's talk about the soul star chakra. Each month, this is the 12th chakra that I have covered. We have started at the earth chakra and we have worked our way up the body, because that's how you want to work on the chakras, to get them fully activated and balanced. So the soul star chakra, that's a hard one to say, is actually not the last chakra. It's 6 inches above your crown. It's not the last one. It's actually the portal to the stellar gateway, which I'm not going to be talking about in this series. But the soul star chakra is the filter of the energy that eventually goes to the stellar gateway when the body dies. When the body dies, the soul star, that's where the energy goes through. But this is your chakra for spiritual growth. It is your connection with your soul purpose and your soul mission. It's where high vibrational source energy is. And there's Rudy. Hey, Ru, you joining us? Good job. This is how, when I work, he's always sitting on the back of my chair. The soul star chakra is where the soul enters when the body dies. It is the bridge between spirit and earth. It's where the soul exists. And to activate it, mental pollution must be cleared and cleansed. Okay, how the heck do you do that? You have to quiet your mind every day. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, you have to do it. I've really been learning this. And believe me, I am not the best at this. I understand when you get busy. I've had a very chaotic 3 months. But I notice when I take even just 5 minutes, I get tremendous clarity. My brain is rested. Our brain doesn't rest when we sleep. Our brain rests when we're conscious and awake and we quiet it. So to cleanse all this mental pollution, just envision golden light coming down and through your crown and just traveling all the way down the body. And let it cleanse that mental pollution. Put this away. Put the computers away. Put the televisions away. And just give yourself time to sit. Sit with your oils, sit with your crystals. I'm going to actually give you some crystals in this presentation at the end. I'm going to talk about some oils to use. Because when your soul star is activated, and it's not like the other chakras, like the heart chakra, which is activated always. The soul star, you have to work on it to activate it. And when it is, you are a person who is present. In every conversation, people say, wow, she really listened to me, or he really listened to me. You're present, you're calm, you're connected with who you are at the conscious and the subconscious levels. Like, you know who you are, body, mind, and spirit. You are not confused about why you're here. You are not confused about what you're here to do. And you put your money where your mouth is. And you put the time to the things that are critical to your soul mission. And when you know that, and you do it without excuse, your soul star chakra is activated. Because I'm going to make a confession right now. I have been caretaking a parent and dealing with a lot of other things, and it would have been so easy for me to cancel this webinar because I'm getting exhausted. But my soul mission, one of them is to share this information. I've got a pretty big mission here. That feeds me and that fills me up. That's why I'm doing this. Now, if your soul star chakra is not activated, you are unable and incapable of taking any spiritual purpose that you think you have and transmitting it into this human world. So these are the people that say, well, I know what I'm supposed to do, I just don't have time. Or I'm working this job, but I got to wait until I retire. It's like, your soul star chakra is not activated. Because once you get your soul mission and your spiritual guidance on what you're supposed to do, you do it without excuse. Nobody shows you what to do. You just do it. You just do it. I created my business, Manifested Harmony, when I still had a 60-hour plus a week legal job in Washington, D.C. Because I knew that that's what I was supposed to do. So you haven't activated your soul star chakra if you haven't been able to take your mission and put it into use while you're here as a human. And if you still have mental pollution, it's going to block that spiritual growth, and it's going to block you getting that information. So activating this is important. So I'm going to talk about some techniques, some essential oils. I'm going to talk about some crystals that are going to help with this. And if you have questions, for those of you who are here live, please, type that in the chat. So ladies, I see you're here. Thank you. It's nice to see you. So this particular chart is my standard daily self-care. 10 things that I do every single day that are so easy. I mean, it just takes hardly any time. So it's choosing joy and gratitude and taking care of myself. It is, essential oils in the shower. It's drinking my Ningxia Red. It's putting my lemon oil in my water that I drink throughout the day. It's using essential oils in my skincare. It's giving myself quiet time. It's eating whole foods and drinking water and moving and stretching. It's using Progestins Plus at night. Oh my word, is that the miracle serum or what? If you're female, doesn't matter how old you are, you need to really be on that. It's amazing. But then it's also getting restful sleep at night and putting oils in your diffuser. This is easy self-care to do. Very easy. Collectively, that takes a total of 10 minutes. So that's what we all should be doing every day, but sometimes we have to go a little deeper. So I've talked a lot in this year-long series about a morning routine. How you start your day is going to dictate how your day goes and how your day ends. I have, usually Tuesdays, I'm up really early because I'm usually out the door at 6:30 in the morning. So it's kind of hard to have a morning routine when I'm getting up at 5 and I'm out the door at 6:30, and that's unusual. The other days I don't have to do that. And I notice my Tuesdays, I'm not as present. I don't feel I'm as connected. I get to the end of the day and sometimes I think, what did I do? I've been gone 13 hours. What did I do? So have you ever had one of those days? And it's because I didn't do my morning routine. The other days when I do it, I feel connected to divine spirit, because I do things like I visualize and I read, a spiritual book. It's just a one-page thing, and it's very helpful. I use mantras. I use affirmations. I ask, how can I serve? What can I do today to serve someone? Even animals, because I work a lot with animals. How can I serve? Give me that guidance. Well, if you don't have that quiet time in the morning, you're not going to get that guidance on what to do. So, connecting can be a lot of different things. Maybe it's going to church. Maybe it's praying. It can be meditation. It can be yoga. Maybe you journal. But it's slowing down and it's removing the noise and the clutter, including background noise. Find a mantra that is focused in faith. So I have lately, because I just finished, September and October are always my busiest months. I call them my sprint months because I travel a lot and I'm teaching a lot at conferences. And my mantras are, I always get it done, because I always do. I've never missed a deadline, knock on wood. I always get it done. It always works out. I always end up in a better place. And it's true. Even right now, I have so much going on. I am so behind in things that I wanted to do before the end of the year. I'm letting them go. And the things that need to get done, I always get them done. And it always works out for the best, because maybe those other things I shouldn't have done. And I always end up in a better place. So finding a mantra or an affirmation that works for you, those are my three. I have them taped all over my house. I always get it done. It always works out. I always end up in a better place. And then just asking, how can you serve each day? Serve each day. Maybe you need more time with your parents or your spouse or your children or your pets. Maybe you're going to get guidance to volunteer or volunteer more or to write or to do something with crafts. But ask for guidance and let yourself be guided. Because if you can do something every day that is driven at the soul level, you will go through your day filled with joy, even if you are doing things eventually that you don't enjoy. Maybe there's parts of your job that you don't enjoy, or you don't enjoy, really driving all over the place and running errands, but you do it because that's what you do. But if you do something every day that is driven from the soul, from divine spirit, everything else is joyful because it really fills you. So you got to let yourself be guided. But another good recommendation that I have is to share more of yourself with others. That's why I'm changing some of what I'm doing. I'm just finding myself not on Facebook as much anymore because that's not sharing at all. So I'm actually, even if I do something on Facebook, it's going to be more of a private membership group of anybody who wants to join. And we're going to get to know each other. And I'm going to share a lot deeper because I really have learned a lot of stuff and have put a lot of stuff into practice, and I want to share it at a deeper level. And I know not everybody lives here in Lansing, Michigan, and I want to reach people. So it's share yourself. When you do that at a soul level, you're going to be amazed at the people that you draw in from a soul level. And then, we are at the end of a decade. That still kind of freaks me out when I say that. So are you setting your 2020 intentions? And are you setting them based on how you want to feel, not on what you want to get? This is where a lot of people go wrong in manifesting. They always want to get. And it's more about, what do you want to be? Because when you can be a certain way, you'll get the stuff. When people try to manifest stuff, it doesn't work and they get frustrated. So if 2019 or heck, even the entire decade did not unfold as you had hoped, you have to change something if you want different results. You can't go into 2020 doing the same thing. This is why I'm completely reevaluating how I get education out there. I'm going to completely flip it on its head because I want to get it to the people who want it. Like those of you who are watching right now, I'm going to get it to you, but in a deeper, more impactful way. And so look at 2019 or the last decade. What felt like was disconnected? What did you feel that was disconnected, but you did it anyway? Did you have, or did you give your goals the time and energy they deserved? So just the other day, yesterday, I was at a business meeting and our speaker said, you know what's important to you based on how you spend your time. So if you have a goal and you put no time at it, is that really your goal? I mean, is it really important to you? And if you say, yeah, that's really important, okay, well then you got to change something. You have to change your schedule. You got to give up something. Maybe you don't carpool anymore. Maybe you don't drive the kids here. Maybe you don't. I gave up some volunteer work. I took myself off of 8 boards a year ago. And I love those nonprofits. 8 boards, I took myself off. So you got to give up time so that you have the energy to put into what you deserve. But it's about focusing not on what you want to do, what you want to have, but what you want to be. You want to flip it upside down because a lot of people focus on, okay, what do I need to do? And then what do I want to have? And they really don't focus on what they want to be. focus first on what do you want to be? Then what do you want to have? And then it'll tell you what you want to, and then it'll actually tell you what to do. Just Google this, the be, have, do, and it'll tell you how to do this. But that is really, really important when going into the next decade, going into the next year, and doing it from a soul level. Because if something is not working, stop doing it. It's really hard to stop. And I get it. I'm a Leo personality. I'm a red personality. And I just refuse to give up on a lot of stuff. I'm really giving up things that are not working. And I'm actually finding Facebook isn't working for people. You know, a lot of social media people don't like it when I say that, but it's like, I'm sorry, it's not. It's not working. Let's do something different. Even if we do something within Facebook, let's do something different. Let's have a different format here. Be okay with that change as you set your 2020 intentions. And I'll tell you, tonight is a really good night as the full moon is here. And then like get really clear tonight and then watch how it unfolds. It's going to be amazing. All right, let's talk about our December self-care products for this topic. So the first product is Illuminize. So you're probably thinking, what does that have to do with faith and soul care? This has a lot to do with it. So this is actually a new supplement from Young Living, came out in July of this year and has quickly become a foundational product. If you spend more than 2 hours a day looking at your phone, a computer, a tablet, or a television, you must have this. You must. Blue light from technology goes right to the retina and causes damage that results in macular degeneration, which is permanent. Illuminize contains ingredients that actually protects your eyes, reduces age-related eye deterioration. It increases macular pigment optical density. It increases macular pigment optical density. Wow. It reduces eye discomfort from bright light. It improves visual recovery, improves your ability to see through glare, and so much more. Children and teenagers must be taking this every day because they have grown up with cell phones in their hands. And we all need to be taking it too. This is very, very powerful because when I think of the eyes are connected to the third eye, which is what connects us to our soul star chakra. And if we are having eye problems, we're going to have divine connection problems. So for your physical body, take Illuminize. For your emotional body, Ula Faith. My Ula Faith bottle has seen better days because I love this oil. Your level of faith is going to be tested during difficult times. It's easy to have faith when everything's going great. It really is. Like I had an amazing September and October. Oh my gosh, went to amazing conferences, taught amazing classes. I got to the end of the 2 months and I'm like, wow. The day after, boom, something happened that was not fun. My faith was being tested. It was. So you can actually smell your way to faith with this powerful blend because Young Living actually blends for a result because they understand the frequency of oils. They blend for a result, never for a scent. I actually hated this scent. I detested it when I first smelled it. Now I like it. When you smell it, you come into frequency with it because faith has a frequency. So it helps you when you need to build confidence in yourself and your divine source because it works to strengthen your trust and your intuition. It helps you to release negative belief systems that can bring up self-doubt because when you doubt your intuition, that's when you go down the wrong path. And it works on the soul star chakra, which is amazing. Like seriously, take this and just drip it on your head. It is a blend of 18 oils, including rose, sacred frankincense, myrrh, and hyssop. It is powerful. Powerful, powerful. Now, for the mental body, magnify your purpose. This is one of my daily oils that I actually do put on my crown. Oh, that feels good. I like that. Because when you have goals and intentions that are not manifesting, this oil will help you switch from the energy of getting, such as I want money or I want this possession, and switch you to an energy of giving, such as this is the impact that I want to make. This is how I want to serve. It pulls you out of blaming, out of victim mode, out of self-pity and procrastination. And it's really an amazing oil to help you through spiritual work when you're making big personal changes. And this will really help you. It'll catapult you into big changes and allow you to handle it. So I put a drop on my crown every single morning, because what is the point in me waking up if I am not magnifying my purpose every day? It's an amazing oil. And then lastly, for our spiritual self, I couldn't pick. So it's the entire Oils of Ancient Scripture kit, the entire kit when you work with it. Now, there's loads of classes out there. I mean, that is like an hour-long class to talk about the ancient scripture oils. I'm not going to talk about them other than I have hyssop here, and that is absolutely my favorite. Oh, I love the smell of hyssop. I got this at one of Young Living's retreats. It was such a gift. And when it comes to spiritual soul work, Gary Young put it together in this kit. You want to do soul care? It is the ancient scripture kit. So there are oils in this kit that you otherwise cannot purchase, like cassia, onycha, and spikenard. Oh, and if you haven't smelled spikenard, oh my gosh, it is divine. It really smells divine. You can only get it in this kit. It also comes with aloes, which is sacred sandalwood, cedarwood, cypress, frankincense, hyssop, myrrh, myrtle, and cistus, also known as rose of Sharon. And I'll tell you, this kit is well worth splurging. This should be a holiday gift to yourself. If you want to do this soul care work, this is the kit to work with. All right, let's talk about some crystals. So these are actually some of my crystals that I have. So one thing that is so beneficial, if you have never put crystals and oils in bath water together, do it. Take your crystals, put them in your bath water. Make sure that they're a quartz base. Some crystals ought not go in water. But soaking in crystals is such a tremendous energy benefit to your body. But the crystals that I think are really beneficial for this faith and soul care work are pink Himalayan quartz. So that piece that you see on the upper left is actually about this big. It's huge. It is amazing. It's got 100 points on them. All of them have phantoms. Oh, it's just gorgeous. But pink Himalayan quartz is known as the eye of God, and it really works with the crown, the soul star chakra, and all the other upper chakras. It comes from the Himalayan mountains where there is no machinery that can go in and get these crystals, so they're a hand mined. They're called Eye of God because they are so high up in the mountains that they are like closest to source energy. So if you want a higher vibrational energy, which to do soul work, you have to stay grounded, but you also have to raise your vibration. This is a great crystal to work with because it'll attune you to a higher state of being and a higher frequency. So really great for connecting to divine spirit and bridging kind of heart, mind, spirit, and learning from your higher self and from source energy. And it'll align your entire body. It is an amazing crystal. When I've had one of those days, I actually lay on the couch, and I mean, it pretty much covers my entire front. I just lay it on me, and it's like, oh, this is just amazing. So pink Himalayan quartz is phenomenal. Now, the second photo on the upper right is called Ahawite. Little more difficult to find because it comes from a mine in Namibia that is now flooded and closed, and it's been closed for a while. So whatever is on the market is on the market, and the more it's resold, the price just goes up. But Aha White it's a beautiful, like, cloudy quartz with a like aqua color inside of it. This crystal is specific for the soul star, absolutely specifically to get it activated so that you can get the download of your soul mission and get to work on whatever it is, or to validate, hey, I've actually been doing this and I didn't know it. It's a powerful crystal because it grounds you as it ascends you. That's the energy that we're in. We shouldn't just be grounded, and we shouldn't just ascend our energy. We have to do both at the same time. People who do one or the other, things happen that are not good. You got to do both. Aha White is an amazing crystal for that. Now, I will tell you, Aha White is expensive. Okay, so do not be shocked if, and I should have brought my Aha White in here. Rudy, why didn't I bring my Aha White in here? I've got a piece. It's probably 2 inches tall, which is remarkably big for an Aha White. And when I got that probably 7 years ago, it was $200. I don't even want to think what it would be right now. But if you are called to get Aha White, if you find an Aha White, get it, because it'll call to you. And speaking of crystals calling to you, the photo on the bottom is a Brandberg. A Brandberg is unique to Namibia. They're all hand mined. They're found near the surface. They really don't have to dig to find them. It's rare to find one over 2 inches long. And again, where's my Brandberg? Why didn't I bring it in here to show you guys? But a Brandberg picks the person. You just put it out there with thought that you want a Brandberg, you'll find one. It'll find you. It'll pick you. It's crazy how it works. You can identify them because of their super glassy exterior. And if you know anything about crystals, they have anhydrous, water bubbles in them. They've got phantoms and rainbows. They come in amethyst or smoky. They are extremely high vibration. They connect you to source energy. They work on the soul star chakra. They attune you to the white flame energy, which is probably the highest spiritual energy you can be attuned to. But they anchor you to the earth's core to keep you stable during change. Okay, so here's another ascending and grounding crystal. And when you hold a Brandberg, it actually brings you back to yourself in a world that has changed so much that you may not even know who you are. It is a tremendous soul crystal. Even when I travel, I take my Brandberg. It's on my nightstand at night. I have time with my Brandberg every day, and I have for about 7 years now. It's a very good meditation crystal. And it really will attune to and connect to your core self to help you with self-reflection. And that's where we get the information we need to go forward. And that is tremendous soul care, is when you can have that connection. So Himalayan pink quartz, Aha White, and Brandberg. Not cheap, but boy, when you get them, you're going to be super happy. And then lastly, I always like to recommend books. So here are my books that I am recommending for this topic. The Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton. This book changed how I view disease and illness and how I take care of myself. This has probably been one of the most impactful books I've ever read. It is powerful. He is a cellular biologist. He will change how you think about your physical body and help you understand that your beliefs create who you are at the cellular level. So when people say, oh, I have this genetic flaw, really, if you believe that, then you do. It kind of blows genetic testing out of the water. It is powerful. I recommend reading it. The next book is The True Power of Water by Dr. Emoto. I've studied Dr. Emoto. I talk about him in my crystal classes. And he really talks about how water can change in the presence of crystals, essential oils, positive thoughts. Well, our body is 70% water. So this is a very, very important book to read. I love it. It is amazing. The next book is 10 Oils to Help Your Own Successful Mindset by Gretchen King Ann, who is a Royal Crown Diamond in Young Living. And she goes through 10 very powerful emotional blends. A very, very good book to read. Very good book to read. And then the last book is the 21 Days of Prayers by Monique McLean, who's also a Royal Crown Diamond in Young Living. This walks you through 21 days of focusing God on your business. And it is really a great book. Monique is a great teacher. So if you are not in Young Living, or if somebody invited you here and you're thinking, hey, I really need to be a part of this. I love those products. I love those oils. Whoever invited you, go back to them so that you can join in their team. If I invited you, or if you found your way here and want to join my team, that's awesome, because I do have a private Facebook page that is being reconfigured as we speak. Lots of free training and education. And you can just get started at youngliving.com. And if you are already in Young Living, that's awesome. Thank you for being in such an amazing company. You can follow me on Instagram at Allie Phillips Pet Oils, where you're going to see the likes of Rudy, right, Rudy? Rudy and Stella and Dobby, my kitties, are very popular. I'm nobody. They're very popular. On Facebook, it's Manifested Harmony, and on YouTube, it's Manifested Harmony. So I haven't seen any questions come in. So if you don't have any questions, I'm just going to go ahead and bring this webinar to a close. And thank you all for watching the Year of You series. So it's all on YouTube. All of these, all 12 of these webinars are on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/manifested harmony, look at the Year of You playlist, and you're going to see all 12 of these videos there. Okay, so thanks for being here. And you know, it was a lot of fun doing this series. It really helped me, and I hope you found what works for you, because I gave a lot of different ideas over the last 12 months. So I hope what you found works for you. And take care, and stay tuned and see what I do come in 2020. And take care, everybody. Bye-bye.